remember a couple of months back at the Golden Globe Awards, the co-stars of Meghan Markle in that drama Suits were very quick to point out that she wasn't in this social media group, you know, the WhatsApp group. The group that they discuss everything about their return, of course, their brand new restart as a series, and of course discussing old episodes with fans. And then they were invited onto the stage collectively, of course, as the launch of the reunion was about to take place. Now, as I told you before, a lot of the stars of that particular show, well, they were unhappy seemingly because when Netflix decided to buy it, stream it, etc., a lot of focus was put on the former co-star of Suits, basically because they realized that they could drag in quite a bit of publicity. And as you can imagine, Meghan herself was not exactly the lead character. So obviously marrying into the British monarchy had some benefits, even though of course titles meant nothing to Meghan, as you can imagine. But what's fascinating now is, as we are about to reveal, the series has been sold once again over here in the United Kingdom to the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation. This though may or may not shock you. As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you today, and as ever, thank you so much for your time. Nice to have your company. We'll have a wave. Are you all right today? Yes, thank you so much. Lovely to see you. Now, it's fascinating, as I often say this, because this is what happens behind the scenes in any big TV show, you know. For all the smiles, the glitz, the glamour, you know, it's all very, very competitive. It doesn't matter whether it's in a soap opera, drama, film, whatever. Competition is the key. If the stars involved, then they want a slice of that action. And you can't blame them, you know. A lot of them have spent a lot of years desperately trying to get the focus on them. Meghan Markle was no different from her stint, of course, as a dolly on Deal or No Deal, which apparently was traumatizing for Meghan, all before she landed this particular role. Now, Suits was a very popular show in certain territories. As I said to you before, I remember interviewing Meghan for that show, along with many others, and it wasn't very big over here. I don't know whether the company just didn't promote it. We were aware of it, but it wasn't big. It was also on a very little watch channel, I think, called Dave or UK TV over here. But now, of course, the BBC have got hold of it. What I can tell you, though, is that they are being actively encouraged by certain individuals to make sure there is prominent presence of that former co-star, Meghan Markle. Now, this has not gone down well within the hierarchy of NBC Universal. And as ever, we have to say, allegedly, this is because, you see, they really want the focus to be on the new series, you know, and the new series does not feature Meghan. Whether they couldn't afford her, whether they didn't want her, whichever way you look at it, I'm sure the writer of the show wouldn't have minded some kind of cameo just to get it all going. I've been told there could even be references to her in the brand new series, or indeed flashback scenes. They will do everything to capitalise on making sure that they get something off from them. But back to the BBC, they have yet to decide on the poster campaign, which will be going up and down the United Kingdom in things like bus shelters and digital platforms in tube stations and railway stations. You know, the sort of thing. Now, one might suggest, of course, that if you wanted to distance yourself away and you're now rebranding yourself as a lifestyle queen, perhaps this is not the right move forward. But as her team around her back in Montecito in California know, all publicity is good publicity, and at this particular period in her life, apparently she was very well liked, respected and revered. And they're hoping for a slice of that action will rub off from, of course, the world's premier broadcasting corporation. And it appears the BBC are more than happy to comply. Remember, you heard that here first. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.